Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome live here on the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. We have Raider Volleyball coming your way here this evening from Madison-Grant High School here in Fairmount, Indiana. We have your 10-1 Wapahani Raiders taking on the 9-6 Madison-Grant Aryglls here this evening. Again, I'm Brandon Moore-Villius, and alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We appreciate you all for joining us here for Raider Volleyball. As we get right into things with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate. Wapahani, again, their lone blemish on the season so far was just a little over a couple weeks ago to the hands of the Yorktown Tigers. That was unfortunate game there, but really, other than that, that's been about it. We've played solid volleyball so far throughout the year. Not our best volleyball yet, but we've done a very, very good job, and so far like what we've been seeing, and hopefully we can keep our winning ways going here tonight. You know, you face off against a Madison-Grant team that, 3 games above 500. They've been playing some very good volleyball throughout the season here as well. A couple of real nice wins against a couple of good teams. And, like I said, they're on their home floor. I talk about that all the time. I think that's so important to understand the aspect of, when you're on the road, you're playing in a tough environment. Now, obviously, it's not as hostile maybe as it used to be, with the pandemic and everything. Obviously, you can't have as many fans in here. So, that does, distract or detract away from some of that. But still, you're going into an opponent's home gymnasium, and they're looking to defend their home floor. Along with that, this is a big game. You want to come out here and put on a great performance, and so Wapahani has got to be ready. We've got to continue to play our A game. And I talked about it even last night with our victory, about how, when we played Brebeuf last week, I thought that was a really nice indication, and hopefully how things will continue here for Wapahani. Really seen a lot of confidence here from these ladies, and we had a couple sets there where, that was probably some of the best volleyball we've played so far in this young season. And so, you come back out last night and start off the week in the right way, and, with a sweep, and now we come in here to this evening's game, coming off a win against Shenandoah last night with, again, the anticipation and the aspiration of getting another win and continuing to get better and progress as a team. And, you come into a ball game like this against a team such as Madison-Grant, you've got to understand that, they want to knock you off. Right now, if you're looking at things, Wapahani's ranked number 1 in 2A. Madison-Grant not ranked, but, they've gotten off to a strong start to the season. They have the belief that they can knock off your Wapahani Raiders, and why shouldn't they? I think if you go into any ball game thinking you're going to lose, then there's really no point in even playing. And so, that's where Wapahani's, consistency comes into play. Being able to consistently, keep the ball in play, making the right pass. Setting has been spectacular this year from Macy Bowden and others as well. But we've seen a lot of great play, but you've got to obviously keep the defense off balance. You got to change up, mix in some of your sets, about who you're setting the ball to, and even the hitters. You got to change up. If you're going for the big time, heavy hammer every single time, defense is going to pick up on that. And, blocking will become more and more of a factor, so then it's going to put a little bit more pressure on you. So that's why you've got to change it up a little bit, continue to do our thing, and because what we've been doing so far has really worked out for us. Just got to stay disciplined, stay focused, and stay ready throughout the ball game, and hopefully we can come away with a win here tonight against the tough Madison-Grant Lady Aryglls volleyball team. Like I said, we're looking forward. We have Tori Cook waving to maybe some family that's watching here tonight. But nonetheless, we're looking forward to a great night of Raider volleyball here, and we hope you are as well. So, folks, this has been our Raiders Live pregame presented by Next Home Elite Real Estate. Again, we'll have the national anthem And tonight's rosters coming right up live on the WHS Network.
It's Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. I want to give you a message about our mission statement. Enriching lives by helping people find their next home. It's short, it's quick, it's to the point, and it's what we do. If I can help in any way, call me direct, 765-749-4546.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back live here on the WHS Network. It's a change ball here tonight. We was expecting national anthem. But instead, we're going to do rosters first here. We have number 2, Reese Baker. Number 3, Emily Stewart. Number 4, Gracie Stanley. Number 5, Briley Felton. Number 6, Ashton Zetgraff. Number 7, Chloe Cook. Number 8, Madeline Rhodes. Number 9, Mallory Summers. Number 10, Layla Lee. Number 11, Macy Bowden. Number 12, Cameron Wise. Number 13, Lauren Luce. And number 16, Cadence Brewer. Again, your Raiders, coached by Katie Weir, assisted by Paige Williamson, Lindy Davis, Madison Mangus, and Caitlin Riddle. Now for the Madison-Grant Aryglls, we'll have number 2, Alexis Bainey, number 3, Dea Green, number 4, Mallory Stanley, number 5, Esme Turner, number 6, Emma Brummett, number 7, Grace Holmberg, number 8, Tori Hyatt, number 9, Sydney Lee, number 10, Sydney Wilson, number 11, Emmy Alcala, number 14, Katie Garinger, number 16, Gabrielle Rudy, and number 17, Ashlyn Moore. Madison-Grant is coached by Kayla Jump, also Allison Holloway, and Brooke Hall. So again, that's tonight's rosters. Again, we'll have the national anthem here in just a brief moment. Alrighty, folks, welcome back live here on the WHS Network here on YouTube.com. Again, so we're about set to begin tonight's ball game again between your 10-1 Wapahani Raiders and the 9-6 Madison-Grant Aryglls. Again, Wapahani will have the first serve here this evening, and that will be Reese Baker at the helm. Back to serve here in just a moment. Again, she'll come into the screen here in just a second here, and tonight's game is officially underway here from Madison-Grant High School in Fairmount, Indiana. Set up there to Bowden, and now tipped over, and Madison-Grant now in possession, and will collect the kill to open up tonight's ball game. That will be number 13, Katie Geringer. So 1-0 Argyle lead. And number 16, Gabrielle Rudy back to serve. Bowden will set it on to Felton. Nice job of keeping it alive right there. Quick reaction from Felton. And now set to the back row and inbounds now. 2-0 start here for Madison-Grant. Handled by Stanley now. The Raiders will get it over, sent deep into the back row, and on the attack, that is number 5, Esme Turner. So a quick 3-0 start here for the Aryglls. Exactly how I'm sure they drew it up. Wapahani's got to get it going right here, and because you don't want to fall too far, especially early. Felton on the attack right there. Nearly wore out Holmberg. She collected kill. Now Ashton Zitgraf in here for the first time this evening. And she'll be back to serve. And this is the second game of 3 and 3 nights. Again, last night at home against Shenandoah. Got a sweep of the Shenandoah Raiders, and then back at it again here tonight. And then tomorrow night back at home for another conference matchup against Randolph Southern. Hit across and out of bounds by Geringer, so Raiders will come away with one right there. That was a close call. I don't know if Baker would have got over there in time or not. So nonetheless, here we have Zitgraf back to serve, 3-2 Madison-Grant. Nice serve there from Zitgraf. Madison-Grant will get it over. Dug by Zitgraf. Kept alive there. It's going to be blocked by Macy Bowden. Baker. Now Bowden on to Summers. And that will be hit in the net by Turner. As the Raiders will tie it up here at 3. Get on a 3-0 run here. We still have Zitgraf back to serve here for your Wapahani Raiders. Tipped over. Nice hustle there by Zitgraf, but point there for Madison-Grant off the kill from Esme Turner. So a 4-3 start here for the Aryglls, leading by 1. Geringer back to serve. Skipped over the top of the net there. That was Stanley receiving the serve. Summers in attack mode ties it up here for Wapahani. Again, I know some of the video might be a little glitchy here. I think that might be due to the Wi-Fi here at Madison-Grant. We didn't have any trouble, I don't think, during the JV game, but might be experiencing a little bit of issues in this varsity game tonight. As again, the Aryglls pound one down to take another lead, now 5-4. So serving now will be number 5, Asme Turner. Received there by Baker. Now Cook will get it across here for the Raiders. Tipped over that time by Alexis Bainey. Cook back on the attack again and finding some open real estate on the left side of the floor. Now we'll see Cadence Brewer back into the fold here for Wapahani, and Cameron Wise back to serve. Tied at 5 here in the opening set of tonight's matchup. Again, between the 9 and 6 Madison-Grant Aryglls and your 10 and 1 Wapahani Raiders, an ace for Wise. So that will be, I believe, the first lead of the night here for Wapahani. Wise, Bowden to Cook. Dug out there by number 10, Wilson, just a moment ago. And the Raiders will collect point number 7 here, and hopefully that's the start of a run, hopefully, here from Wapahani. Serve received there from Holmberg. That's going to be blocked by Brewer, and Madison-Grant will get it back over. Nicely done. Brewer on the attack, dug by Green. Rudy will get there, and we'll free ball action here. Set on the Cook, bringing the hammer, dug out. And then it hit the netting up near the ceiling of the gymnasium, and unfortunately had to change direction there for Madison-Grant, which cost them one, but the Raiders will definitely take it after that hard hit there from Cook. And that's going to be 2 hits and a 9-5 Raider lead. And they will get it over deep there to Summers. Now Bowden, quick set there to Brewer just a moment ago. Set right over the net. That was number 16, Gabrielle Rudy. Now 9-6, Baker back in for Wapahani. And now number 6, Emma Brummett, back to serve. Graf to Bowden. Set to Summers from the back. Oh, and in there. Point number 10 for the Raiders. Riley Felton back in for Ashton Zitgrant. And also for the Aryglls will be number 8, Tori Hyatt. So again for Emma Brummett. And now Macy Bowden back to serve. That's another block from Brewer. She's had a strong showing here so far. Yeah, that's going to be shanked backwards, an ace now for Bowden. And that will force Madison-Grant to take a timeout now. 12-6 Wapahani, set number 1 here for Madison-Grant High School. We'll step aside here for a break. This will be our Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC dealership game break. Alrighty, folks, welcome back here again following the timeout. It's Wapahani 12, Madison-Grant 6 to open up tonight's festivities. Again, Junior Varsity got a big win here earlier, in which they was able to sweep the Aryglls. They continue on their journey of their winning ways. So back out of the timeout, Bowden serving. Tipped up there. Now Summers handled that one. Bowden on to Felton. Dug by Green. Another well-executed ball there from Brewer just a moment ago. Baker, Bowden, Cook, dug by Green again. Now set on the Felton one more time. That's going to be blocked by Bainey. Let's say solid defensive effort here by Madison-Grant. That's some pretty tall girls and very athletic back row as well. You definitely understand why they've won at least 9 games. Probably almost should have won more than that with at least with some of the play that we've seen from them so far here this evening. So served right there, and another ace, back-to-back aces for Grace Holmberg. Just struggling a little bit here with our passing the last couple points. There's Baker. Bowden set on the Cook. Oh, yes. Did it stay in? It did not. Just out of bounds. And it's now 12-10 with number 7, Grace Holmberg, back to serve still. And that will be a service error. So big point there for Wapahani. Hopefully, again, we can reestablish this nice sizable lead. Stanley in there for Cook, and she's back to serve now. On the attack again, there was Felton. Good job there by Holmberg. Stay with it. Stanley gets over there in time. Set on the Felton one more time. And mishandled by Holmberg, and Felton will collect on the kill now with a 4-point lead here for your Raiders. And Summers hits that one out of bounds, so a point goes to the Aryglls, now 14-11. Number 5, Esme Turner, will return here for Madison-Grant, and Dea Green back to serve. So some miscommunication there on behalf of the Raiders will cost them there now. 14-12. We'll step aside here for a brief timeout. We'll be back right after this. All righty, folks, back out of here. Apologize today. We had like a brief issue with the internet. We're trying to get that fixed. Hopefully, trying to make it a little bit less choppy with our video, because I'm still not understanding why that's occurring. But you didn't miss anything. The only thing you missed was a timeout. But 16-12 now after the ace there from Baker. And like I said, I know that the internet's been kind of messing up a little bit here. That's why some of our video is it looks like it's lagging a little bit. That's the only reason that there is. It's not anything on our end other than just Wi-Fi connection. So 17-12. Again, we still have Baker back to serve. And trying to set that one over the net there by Rudy. Didn't work out too well, so now Madison-Grant will take a timeout, and we will stick right here with you during the break. Again, this will be our Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC dealership game break. Some more sponsors we'd like to recognize here this evening. Next Home Elite Real Estate. Next Home Elite Real Estate's primary focus is to enrich lives by helping people find their next home. As one of Delaware County's premier realtors, Austin Rich provides consumer-focused branding, the newest technology, and a market plan that provides superior service to all of his clients without compromise. For your real estate needs, contact Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate, 765-749-4546. Again, that is Next Home Elite Real Estate, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. So again, following the timeout there by Wapahani, the Raiders have been on a little bit of run here. Obviously, head coach Weir not pleased with their performance so far, but things are definitely getting a little bit better here. So a point there for the Aryglls, now 18-13. Now number 6, Emma Brummett, will return to action for Madison-Grant. And see back to serve will be number 16, Gabrielle Rudy. Stanley set on there to Wise from Bowden. So a kill for Wise. Zitgraff back in for Felton. And now Zitgraff back to serve. That's handled by Geringer. There's Zitgraff. Bowden back to Wise again, and another kill for Cameron. Good to see her get going here with back-to-back kills. And Madison-Grant unable to get it back over. 4 hits. And it's all Raiders right now, 21-13. Nice serve, but just out of bounds there from Zitgraff. Very close back there. Again, putting some pressure on him in the back row to make a play, but unfortunately couldn't keep it in bounds. So now 21-14, number 13, Katie Geringer, back to serve. Stanley there to receive it, set on the Wise, and good ball right there. Nice pass there from Stanley, and then Bowden with a set to Wise. Great finish. And Cook will return for Stanley. Summers back to serve. Green there on the serve. There's Cook to Bowden, set back to Cook. And mishandled, and Madison-Grant will not get it over. Cook bringing it. Big time right there now with the Raiders 2 points away from taking the opening set tonight. Turner on the attack, deflected up in the air. Now Baker sets it over to Cook. Dug out there by, that was number 10, Wilson. Zitgraff showing some hustle right there. Again, the blockers of Wapahani up on the net quickly. They're anticipating a hard attack there from, hard hit there from the attacker, but unfortunately just tipped it right over their hands and inbound. So a serving error there will give the Raiders opportunity here now at set point, 24-15. Tipped over, there's Bowden. Now Summers sets it on to Cook. Dug out there by Green. Now number 7, Holmberg on the attack that time. Zitgraff will get there, and free ball here for Madison-Grant. Tipped over again. Been doing a lot of that here as number 2, Bainey, keeps the Aryglls in it. Got Brewer back in for Wapahani. Also Baker. And Brummett back to serve. There's Zitgraff, Bowden, Cook. And that's going to be in the net, and the Raiders will take the first set 25-16 to take a 1-0 lead here over Madison-Grant this evening. So, folks, interesting first set there. Things didn't start off too hot there for Wapahani, but things slowly but surely started going in our direction. And a big win here to open up tonight's ball game. So, again, make sure stay tuned in. We got the second set coming up live here on the WHS Network right after these messages.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, welcome back live on the WHS Network on YouTube.com. Again, I'm Brandon Morvillius, and alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. 25-16 first set victory here for Wapahani to open up tonight's ball game. And, overall, it wasn't a great set here by Wapahani. I mean, it was manageable. We found enough ways to win the opening set, and you build off of that, and hopefully, biggest thing is I'd like to see us maybe bring a little bit more energy. I don't think we've been, bringing enough here and really putting a lot of pressure here on Madison-Grant. I wouldn't say we've been mediocre by any means, but, I'd just like to see us bring a little bit more intensity out here on the floor. Intensity, energy on the floor, and hopefully we're waiting to hear. I don't know what's going on down here on the floor. Not sure exactly what that was all about. I was trying to hear what the down referee had said right there, but I couldn't hear what she was saying. So nonetheless, here we're going to get set number 2 underway here. The Raiders again up 1-0, and great way to start it right there off of Cameron Wise. We'll have Ashton Zitgraff now subbing in for Briley Felton, and now Zitgraff back to serve. Green there to receive that serve. Now set on to Geringer. Nice job there. Bowden just getting it up in the air just enough. That's going to be 4 hits on Wapahani. So a point there for the Aryglls. Now number 13, Katie Geringer back to serve. Handled by Baker. Bowden sets it on to Summers, and another one that went right into the net. So now 2-1 Madison-Grant. Again, even on points that you lose, you got to be energetic, got to be talking, communicating at all times, upbeat. There's Zitgraff. Bowden now will set it on to Summers, bringing the heat right there. Goodness. Unfortunately there for the Raiders, it was met by some hands that blocked it right back where it came from. So 13-12, or 13-12 for goodness sake. 3-1, I don't know where in the world I got that one. For goodness sake, 4-1 now, Madison-Grant. Stanley to Bowden, quick set to Wise, it's going to be blocked. And again, just hanging right up there. The blockers doing their job, and that's going to force Coach Katie Weir to take a timeout here for Wapahani. So we'll go ahead and stick right here with you during the break. Obviously, you know, the biggest keys to hitting is to try to miss the hands. And unfortunately, we have not been able to do that to begin this second set here. So struggling to get anything going again here for the second set in a row. And you know, obviously, you still got plenty of time. Again, just got to regroup. I think when we get down in a ball game, we tend to get down on ourselves, and that ain't going to work. You know, winning teams and great teams don't get down on themselves. You just got to keep plugging away and find ways to stay energized and upbeat. You know, like I already said, I think that falls right in this category right here. You know, you're down 5-1 right here. How are you going to answer back? Or are you going to answer back? Are you just going to, you know, fold up shop here? That's not something that Wapahani does, so I don't expect that to be the case. But we've just got to keep our head in it a little bit here and change it up a little bit as well. You know, I know that we did right there on that last hit right before the timeout, but again, just keeping, you know, mixing things up, you know, throwing different things at Madison-Grant just to keep them off balance a little bit here, and hopefully good things will happen here for us as Chloe Cook will re-enter the Raider rotation here for Gracie Stanley. We'll have Summers back to serve. Set on there and handled there by Zitgraff. Good job of getting the hands up. Tipped over by Turner. Stuck with it there. Now set on to Cook. And that one will be out of bounds. So a point there for the Aryglls. Now number 2. Alexis Bainey back in here, and now serving will be Asme Turner. Bowden There to Wise as she was able to get there in time. Just in front of the outstretched hands of Gabrielle Rudy. So Wise back to serve. Also Brewer back in here for Wapahani. Saved there by Holmberg. Set right back to her. Cook on the attack. Blocked again. Good job defensively of being right there ready for it. Good job there by Cook and changing it up. And there was number 2, Bainey, with the kill. Defense wide open there in that back row. Nobody there except for Summers. Unfortunately, she wasn't able to get to it there. So number 6, Emma Brummett back to serve. Set the Brewer, and in the net, didn't get up high enough. Just got to slow the game down a little bit. Just make sure you're making the right pass. Nice setup. Keeping the ball in play. Obviously, got to try to start missing some hands of these blockers because they're having a heyday with that right now. Whether it be a block or a deflection, whatever the case might be. Doing a solid job here are the Aryglls. Got to stick with it here. Set on to Felton. Good ball right there. That was great hustle from Green. Tipped over Bowden. Now Baker will set it on to Cook. And a little too strong and out of bounds. Didn't quite get on top of the ball. And it's now 9-4. Number 13, Katie Geringer, returning to action for the Aryglls, and back to serve will be number 7, Grace Holmberg. And another service error here for the Aryglls, back to back there. So now Stanley will re-enter the ball game. And the rate of rotation here for Cook. And Gracie now will be back to serve. Tipped over by Bainey. That was a solid job there. That was Summers and Brewer combination on the block. Let's get it going here a little bit. Find yourself down by 3. Just got to reverse your luck here, and that's going to be an ace for Stanley. Good way to start it. Handled by Hyatt. And somehow Madison-Grant will get that one back over. Nice job there from Geringer. Set on to Summers again, bringing it, and it is inbounds just in front of the back line. And Summers with a big kill there to get the Raiders back within 1 at 9-8. Bainey on the attack. Baker with a nice dig there. Set on the Summers again, and this time will be out of bounds. For a point for Madison-Grant now. 10-8, number 3, Nia Green, back to serve. Mishandled from Stanley there, an ace for Green. And that will be served out of bounds again here by Madison-Grant. That's been a big thing for them here in this second set, is just keeping the serve in play. That's their 3rd service error here in the second set. So obviously a 1/3 of the points here from Wapahani just been off of serving errors. Bowden now. Baker set on the Summers. Dug that time by number 7, Holmberg on the attack. That's going to be deflected out of bounds off of the Raiders. And Brummett will return to action for the Aryglls with number 16, Gabrielle Rudy, back to serve. Baker, Bowden to Felton. Deflected, and that's just enough. As the Raiders will get back on the board here now. Zitgraff back in for Felton. And Zitgraff now will be back to serve. That'd be nice for us to start to get on a roll here. Mount some momentum. Handled by Green, now set on to Geringer. Deflected. And deflected just to the left there as Baker unable to get to it. So number 13, Katie Geringer, back to serve. Stanley to Bowden now on the Wise. A big hit and a big point. Back to a 2-point lead for Madison-Grant. Number 10, Sydney Wilson, will return to the Aryggll rotation. And back into the fold as well here for Wapahani will be Chloe Cook. And serving will be Mallory Summers. And Aryggls will get it over. Bowden now on a Wise. Quick hustle there from Green, and Madison-Grant will get it over. See what the Raiders can put together here. Back to Cook. That was a great job right there. Again, the defense there of the Aryggls, not sure where that ball was going to go. You had Wise going up towards the net looking for that hit. And instead it was set all the way back across to the other side there to Cook. He was able to finish it off nicely there. Summers gets a hand on it. Great job there by Baker. Rudy tips it over, kept alive, and we'll have someone went over the line there from the back row hit. So that will tie it there. Obviously, the back row player can't go over the 10-foot line. Oh, man, just off the fingertips there of Zitgraff. Thought she could get a good handle on that one. Unfortunately, just off the fingertips there. So now 14-13 Aryggls. And back to serve now will be number 5, Asmay Turner. Cook on the attack there, and there was no answer for that one. So Cook collecting the kill with Brewer back in for the Raiders. And momentarily back to serve here. Now will be Cameron Wise. Handle there from Holmberg off the serve. Tipped over. There's Wise. Bowden now set on to Cook again and out of bounds. So the Raiders have managed to tie it up. Just unfortunately can't quite get over the mountain there and take the lead. So Brummett back to serve, and that one will fall in for an ace. Cook on the attack there, dug by Green. Set on there again to Holmberg. Missed hit by Wapahani. I think a little miscommunication also didn't help right there. Got to get our stuff together quickly. Very, very quickly. And so a timeout taken by Wapahani, 18-14 Madison-Grant here in set number 2. We will step aside for a timeout, and we'll be back with more right after this message. Alrighty, folks, welcome back here again. Brandon Morvillius alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. We'd like to thank some more of our sponsors here this evening. Kinshaw Properties, which is owned by Kendra and Shane Franks, is a Muncie-based company that offers Muncie area rental homes. For more information, check out their website at kenshawproperties.com. Again, that is KENSHA properties.com. And you can also contact them 765-356-1340. So I greatly appreciate Kinshaw Properties, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network, as Cook will get the Raiders back on the board. Felton back in for Zittgraf, and Hyatt back in for Brummett of Madison-Grant. Bowden back to serve with the Raiders facing a deficit here of 3. Make that 4 off the serving error. So Geringer will return here for the Aryglls. Number 7, Holmberg back to serve. Felton, just a soft touch over the net. Now Geringer on the attack. And the blockers have got to get a hand on that really there if you're Wapahani. And again, I'm not trying to be crucial there or being disrespectful, but we've got to find a way to get a hand on that ball to slow that ball down a little bit for our back row players. Nice block right there by Brewer. There's Summers. Bowden now on to Cook. Oh, heck yes. Putting that one down with some authority is Chloe Cook. Now Gracie Stanley will re-enter the ball game and be back to serve. Now's the time. And that's going to be shanked out of bounds, and that's going to be an ace for Stanley. Keep the pressure on. Pedal to the metal right here, right now. Obviously, for those of you that are Madison-Grant fans that could be watching, no disrespect there, but obviously the Raiders have got to get it going. So now down by 4 off the missed opportunity on the block from the Raiders. Green back to serve. There's Stanley now. Bowden will set it up to Summers. Green gets there, and the Aryglls will get it back over again. And Summers will hit that one again out of bounds. Been a little bit of an issue, especially here in the second set. Hasn't been too bad, but an issue at times. There's Bowden again, now to Felton. Nice block from Felton right there. Now Rudy will get it over. Stanley mishandles it there, and Madison-Grant was 2 points away from taking a second set victory here from Wapahani. Geringer back on the attack. Summers there. Now Bowden back to Felton. And there it is, another point. And a set point here for Madison-Grant. And out of bounds, great call there by Reese Baker. Told Gracie, get your hands down, don't take that. So Baker now back to serve, and the Raiders have a lot of work to do. Geringer will score the second set win right there now, 25-18. And so this game is now tied up at one set apiece after big win there for Madison-Grant. Again, Wapahani just not on their A game here tonight. I really didn't think that we played all that great really in the first set either, even though we was able to get a sizable win, but not exactly how the Raiders drew it up here in this second set. But nonetheless, still got a good ways to go. Just got to, again, regroup, get inspired, get back into it here, and hopefully bring some energy out here on the floor. And I know it's tough, tough situation, but you got to find your way out of it here. So nonetheless, we'll step aside here for a break. Tied at 1 here from Madison-Grant High School. We'll be back with more right after this break.
It's Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. I want to give you a message about our mission statement. Enriching lives by helping people find their next home. It's short, it's quick, it's to the point, and it's what we do. If I can help in any way, call me direct, 765-749-4546.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back live here on the WHS Network as we're, I believe, ready to go here with set number 3. I believe they already got the lineups all ready to go now. So now both teams back out onto the floor. And again, really not much to say here. Wapahani just didn't have it there in the second set. Just did not play very good. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. No reason to sugarcoat it either. And they know that. So don't dwell on the past. Look forward. And, of Good start right here, right off the get-go with a 1-0 lead, but you've got to keep on pressing forward here. You know what, this just kind of being laid back a little bit, it's been hurting us a little bit more. And again, I don't think we've still played with enough energy, and hopefully we can bring more of that here in this third set. Of course, I know it's tough to be energetic and upbeat when you're losing, but the only way to change change the situation is by bringing more energy. So a 2-1 lead here for the Aryglls. Summers now to Bowden, right back to Summers again, and another one hit out of bounds. And another thing is you can't feel sorry for yourself. I mean, Lord knows that Madison-Grant ain't going to feel sorry for you. They're just going to keep executing on your mistakes. So the Raiders have just got to find a way around that and just get back to what they know how to do, and that's play some great volleyball. And they know exactly what that means to do that. So Zitgraff back in and back to serve. Set up now to number 6. That was Brummett. Summers back on the attack again. And we'll free ball action, see if the Raiders can use it. And inbounds, a great ball there from Wise. Great in all facets right there. Real nice setup there from Bowden. Great pass, the whole deal. So tied at 3. Again, Zitgraff back to serve. And Geringer will get it over. And right there was Turner. So again, I know throughout the evening here, I know video hasn't been up to par the way that I know that I would prefer to have it. Again, major part of that, I just believe that because you have to have bandwidth, the appropriate bandwidth and everything that kind of coincides with the video being able to stream, and I think that might be just lagging a little bit. That's why our video has been really kind of like lagging, slow motion, like, if you will. And that's going to be a 2-hit call, should be. Or no, actually a lift, okay. So a point there for the Raiders. Summers, again, still back to serve. Then we have Summers, Baker, Zitgraff, Cook, Bowden, and Wise on the floor. Nice handle there, and that's going to be an ace now for Summers. So hopefully the tide is starting to turn here a little bit here for your Raiders. And there's another ace for Summers. And just like what Madison-Grant was doing to us, once you got them down, you got to keep them down. Look at the block, unfortunately, landed on our side of the net. Got a good piece of the ball right there, but tough times there for the Raiders on that one now. 7-5, number 11, Alcala back to serve. Great hustle there from Zitgraff. Wise splitting the defenders. A kill for Cameron and a point for Wapahani. Brewer back into the Raider rotation. And Cameron Wise back to serve. Also, Bainey and Rudy back in for Madison-Grant. And that will be served out of bounds by Wise. So Baker back in. 8-6 is your score. And number 6, Emma Brummett back to serve. Handled by Summers. There's Bowden. On to Summers again. Been finding some open holes in this Aryggll defense. Been tough sledding majority of the time to find those open holes. But we was able to do it right there as number 8, Tori Hyatt, returned to the Aryggll rotation here. Tipped over by Bainey. There's Bowden. Now Baker on the Cook. Yes! So the wheels are starting to turn on this Raider locomotive here. 10-6. The wheels fell off, but now they've been put back on, and now we're starting to roll a little bit. And there's going to be another ace. 11-6 now. Bowden still back to serve. There's Green now. Rudy set on there to Bainey. Deflected there. It was a good job just slowing the ball down there so Baker can handle that one. Bainey back on the top, and that's going to be stuffed by Brewer. Got to admit, a little surprised here that, I was about to say a little surprised that Madison-Grant hasn't taken a timeout, and before I could even get the words out of my mouth, that is exactly what they do. So now 12-6 Wapahani, and we'll stick right here with you during the Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC game break. Some more sponsors we'd like to thank here this evening: FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs. Buying, selling, or investment properties, we get the job done. So call Ted Cook at 765-744-8143 and Joanne Davis at 765-748-1316. Again, that's FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. Next up here is Kara J. Wolf, DDS PC, located at 3915 Willie Avenue in Muncie, Indiana. Make your appointment now to receive great care and leave with a pristine, beautiful smile. Contact them at 765-288-1560. And their hours are 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday. So following the timeout, again, it's Wapahani 12, Madison-Grant 6. Obviously a lot more like it here for Wapahani, but just got to keep it rolling here. We're starting to get back that momentum a little bit. Obviously starting to feel the energy again on the floor. Got to remain positive, stay consistent, and keep it rolling here. Bainey on the attack. That's going to be another block. Done a much better job on the net here in this third set especially. Nice hustle there from Green. There's Baker, Bowden, Brewer, and great job of laying out with it. And that should be 4 hits, and it will be. So triple B attack right there. You had Baker, Bowden, Brewer. Bainey will hit that one in the nets. Tell you what, these two teams both look completely different than what they did in the second set. Don't you love the game of volleyball? So nice hustle from Baker, just unable to get anything on that one now. 15-7. We'll see Geringer return to action for Madison-Grant, and now back to serve will be number 7, Grace Holmberg. Handled by Summers, set on the Cook. Great job defensively there from the Aryggls. Got to give them a lot of credit on that one. Now Felton back at it. And right there was Holmberg again to dig it out. Geringer gets it deflected. Baker sets it on to Cook. Another deflection, that time by Rudy. Bainey there with soft touch. The Raiders keep it alive. Dug again by Holmberg. Now Geringer back on the attack. Bowden to Baker on the Cook. Let's see if she can cook it up. Nothing there. Now Geringer, that's going to be That should be 4 hits, and it will be a good. That was a heck of a rally right there by both teams. So 16-7 Wapahani. We have Gracie Stanley back to serve. Again, still a little ways to go here in this third set, but much better and a lot more like this Wapahani Raider volleyball team. So a miss hit there by Summers into the nets. And again, as I mentioned earlier, and like I always say, when you got a team down, you got to find a way to keep them down. You can't let the Aryglls have any kind of life whatsoever, as Brewer hits that one out of bounds. But that'll make it a 16-9 affair. Again, Daya Green back to serve. Stanley there, now to Bowden. Set on to Felton. Off the top of the net and inbounds. Worked out well off the ricochet. So we'll see Wise returning to the fold here for Wapahani. And Baker now serving. Oh, man. Tough night here for Baker. Been struggling a little bit there from the serving line. Back-to-back errors the last 2 times there for her. She's nearly money every time. Very few times will that happen for Baker. Gehringer back on the attack, and Stanley was lucky to even get a hand or an arm or whatever on that ball. Had all kinds of steam behind that one from Gehringer. So again, Gabrielle Rudy back to serve. Tipped over the top of the net. Good job there by Stanley. Now set on to Felton. Again, a little too strong. And here come the Aryglls. Again, the Raiders, you start losing a couple points here. Can't lose focus. Got to keep up the pace, keep up the energy, crank it up, maybe even a couple notches. Oh, for goodness sakes. I'd be willing to bet right here, if Madison-Grant comes up with a point right here, you might see a Wapahani timeout. Good job staying with it there by Felton. Now set on to Summers. Rudy now to Gehringer. And that again will fall in. And we indeed will have a timeout by Wapahani. So, man, he was doing so good there. He was, had a sizable lead, and next thing you know, we're easing back a little bit here. So nonetheless, again, we'll stick right here with you during the Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC game break. Some other sponsors, again, we'd like to thank here this evening. We would like to thank Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin, and located at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they've been servicing the community for over 30 years. So if you have any questions or need them to take a look at your vehicle, you can contact them at 765-284-2593. Again, that is Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. So both teams just about to head back out onto the floor. Madison-Grant now, Liz. Again, I believe what we was up 10 points. And again, things have just started to unravel slowly but surely. Those are the things you can't allow happen. I can understand, your opponent getting a few points in a row here. That just is what it is. But, again, we've got to get locked back in here. And I think a large part of that, again, it just isn't, we're not staying quite focused enough. I might be completely wrong when I say that. I don't know. But that's just kind of my observation of things. So Rudy now set on to Geringer. That's going to be blocked there by Wise. Solid job there. Baker will get there. Now Bowden on to Felton. Man, look at the hustle again from Baker. Goodness. And the Raiders will take the point. That was all Baker right there. Beautiful job there by Reese. Goodness gracious. That's defense at its finest level. Everywhere, on all over the floor, all over the court. Nothing falling in. Geringer back at it again, and blockers unfortunately couldn't get a hand on that. They could have at least just deflected enough just to slow it down a little bit. Maybe someone could have got there. But that was not the case there. So 18-16, Geringer back to serve. Baker there receiving it, set on to Bowden, or pardon me, Wise, set by Bowden. All right, time to use it. And Wise tried to get the point there, but nothing to show for Summers. Goodness gracious, Wise again to the left side. And that's going to be hit well out of bounds by Brummett. Crucial point there for the Raiders. So we'll see Cook back in for Stanley. And then Sidney Wilson back in for the Aryglls. Summers back to serve. 19-16 Wapahani, set number 3 of the evening. Again, game tied at 1 set apiece. Turning to action here, number 11, Emmy Alcoa. And she will now be back to serve again with Madison-Grant down by a pair. Goes Summers on to Bowden, now to Wise. Yes! The recipe for success. Again, the trio of Summers, Bowden, and Wise. 20-17, Brewer back in, Wise back to serve. Handled there by Holmberg. Bainey on the attack. Zitgraf digs it out. Look at that. Summers. Solid job right there. Quick reaction there off the deflection of the basketball goal. And the Raiders will come away with a point after the block. Another, momentum swinging kind of point right there. You have a defensive play like that. How can that not bring some energy to the table? Rudy now set on the Brummett. There's Wise. Bowden to Cook. The hang time and the finish. And it's 22-17 Wapahani. So that will force Madison-Grant to take a timeout. And we will take a timeout here with them. Again, Wapahani 22, Madison-Grant 17. Third set for Madison-Grant High School. We'll be back right after this. All righty, folks, back out of timeout here again. I'm Brandon Morvillius, and alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Third set action live here from Madison-Grant High School here in Fairmount, Indiana. About a 45-minute to hour drive from Raider Country. And there was number 7, Holmberg, finding that back corner and executed it nicely there. Summers gave a shot at it there, but unable to get there in time. So we'll see Brummett now back to serve. Raiders got to finish this off right here. You got 3 points to get. It's time to get it. Nice hustle there from the Aryglls. Solid job right there, and Cook will get one to fall in. And now we'll see Felton back in for Zittgraf. We'll have Bowden back to serve. And the Raiders up by 5. We'll have to finish it right here, right now. And that's going to be an ace. Set up there to Holmberg, and that will be out of bounds. So the Raiders will win the third set. Big set right there for Wapahani to answer back after the unfortunate second set loss. So 25-16, 18-25, 25-18. Wapahani ahead 2-1. We'll step aside here for a timeout here, and again, third set action coming up, so don't go anywhere. We got it all live right here on the WHS Network.
Hi, it's Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. I want to give you a message about our mission statement. Enriching lives by helping people find their next home. It's short, it's quick, it's to the point, and it's what we do. If I can help in any way, call me direct, 765-749-4546.
All right, and we're back live here on the WHS Network. It's Wapahani leading 2-1 over Madison-Grant. And what has been a battle here this evening. Really, Wapahani has had to not only fight Madison-Grant, but really fight themselves as well. Throughout the ball game here, they've just kind of fell apart in different instances. And then, good while there in the third set, we was playing like the Wapahani Raider volleyball team we all know, but then things started to head back south for us. Luckily, we was able to pull away there in the end and come up with a big win. So again, just got to get back after it here in this fourth set again. Continue to have the right mindset, bringing the energy. You know, defensively, got to be everywhere on the floor. Great job there from Baker. But we've got to bring it here in this fourth set. Got to play the game the way we know how. So good hustle right there. That was just a well-executed ball there by Geringer. And so it's 1-0 Madison-Grant here in set number 4. Baker will set it on to Summers. Handled by Geringer. Nearly didn't get out of the way in time from that. Bowden will set it on to Felton. That's going to be 4 hits. You know, another thing too, one thing you don't want to do is dwell on, you know, some of the mistakes. I probably have tended to do that. I mean, I'm just trying to call the game and trying to explain, you know, different things that's going on throughout the ball game. But as a team here, you don't want to dwell on things you're doing wrong. You've got to obviously remember, you know, what you're doing correctly and what's gotten you here. And remember to do those things, you know, and making sure and staying positive throughout the course of a ball game, because, you know, no matter what sport it is, you're going to have ebbs and flows throughout the ball game where, you know, things are going to go good, and then when things turn sour, one thing you don't want to do is start falling apart. You got to know how to ride the waves and ride the momentum throughout the course of a ball game, and keep your head in it, stay focused, and ride it out. Stanley mishandled that one, but luckily Baker got to it. Now communication, again, a key thing for any team, did not seem to happen right there on that point. So a 2-hit call here on Wapahani. We'll see Cook in for Stanley. So again, Geringer back to serve. 5-1 Aryglls, handled by Cook. Now set on the wise. There's Cook again. Now to Summers, and she'll find that sideline. Talk about a big point there for Wapahani. Number 10, Wilson back in for the Aryglls. Zickgraf back in and now serving for the Raiders. See if we can rattle off a nice string of points right here. It's a great start there. We got Ashton Zickgraf with the ace. Now the Raiders find themselves down here by pair. 5-3. On the attack there, Turner. Baker to Bowden. Back to Wise. Can keep the pressure on here if you're the Raiders. And Wise just barely out of bounds. Solid hit there from Cameron. So now number 11, Alcala back to serve. Also Bainey returning to action for the Aryglls. And Baker backpedaling right there. Shanked it out to the right side, so an ace for Alcala. There's Cook. Bowden now set on the Summers. Good dig right there, and Summers faked out her own teammate right there. She was setting up for the spike. Mistimed it. Had to bring her hand back down, and really hurt her teammate right there. Timeout now taken by Wapahani. 9-3 Madison-Grant here in set number 4. Again, the Raiders here with a 2-1 lead here this evening. And again, we'll stick right here with you during the Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC game break. Again, just want to again remind everyone that we'll be back at it again tomorrow night when we will be at home. When we face the Randolph Southern Rebels. Again, that will be a JV start time of 6 o'clock. Varsity game to follow. So please join us for a couple of great ball games, a big conference game for Wapahani tomorrow night. And hopefully they can stay perfect on the MEC conference season already, I believe, 4-0, I believe, here on the season. With wins over Blue River, Westdale, Eastern Hancock, and Shenandoah. So 4-0. So look to stay perfect beginning again tomorrow night against Randolph Southern. So the timeout over with. Hopefully the Raiders can regroup as we had Felton come back in here for Zitt-Grant. And that will be an ace. And really, there's just not much to say. I mean, to be quite frank with you all, I mean, you can only say so much. You've just got to come out here and, from a performance standpoint, we've got to perform. And, we haven't so far, but that can all change quickly. No reason to be a Debbie Downer, I guess, so to speak. You find yourself down by 6, don't worry about it. We'll talk about it when you're up by 6. And finding ways to come back from adversity throughout the course of the ball game. Solid job there. He got Cook recording the kill. So now 10-5. Handled there by Holmberg. Punched over. Now Bowden will set it to Wise. So a couple points now starting to go back in the Raiders' direction here after a well-placed ball from Wise. Off a little curl, if you will. There's Cook. Bowden back to Cook again. Soft touch over the net. There's Rudy to dig it out. Set to Holmberg, Baker, Bowden, Cook, and block. Just a good job there by the blockers. Got to give credit where credit's due. Solid job there. I believe that was Alexis Bainey on the block. So 11-6 here now. Emma Brummett back to serve. Summers handles it there. Set back to Wise. Blocked. Now Bowden set on to Cook. The blockers didn't get over there in time. Unfortunately, Cook hit that one out of bounds. Great hustle there from Bowden. Great job of getting there. Holmberg goes back on the attack now, tipped over by Bowden. Rudy sends it to the back corner. Baker slipped and fell. So hopefully she's okay. She looks to be. So 14-6 now off the block. Cook again with soft touch over the net. Now Rudy will set it on to Bainey. Summers will lay out for that one. Now Cook on to the Wise. Holmberg again, soft touch there. Felton gets there. Bowden back to Cook again. And the Raiders just cannot find an answer. And so now we'll see Lauren Luce now in here for the first time this evening. She will sub in here for Macy Bowden. Again, it's 15-6. And that'll be served out of bounds. Nice serve there from Wise. And that's going to be hit out of bounds that time. I believe that was either Wilson or Holmberg that hit that one out of bounds. Either way, a point belongs there to the Raiders. A little bit of a momentum killer there, unfortunately. There for Wapahani. Served that one in the net there by Wise. Again, not intentional. Happens. It's unfortunately just the timing of it really is unfortunate. And that will be an ace. And now we'll have a substitution now. We'll see Madeline Rhodes now in the ballgame here for Mallory Summers. I don't know, you got to do what you got to do. Head coach Weir is trying to find an answer because right now it hasn't been working too well for us. And, it's no disrespect to the girls, I'm sure of that, but, you just got to find the answers. Sometimes you just got to change it up a little bit. So it was a fantastic kill there from Brewer. Put everything behind that one. We'll have Lauren Luce now back to serve. And you still got a good ways to go here. You're down by 8, but you can't look at it that way. You got to look at it at one point at a time. Geringer at it there. Baker will dig it out. Nice hustle from Luce. Rhodes will now get it over. Set on the Bainey. Baker again going one way and had to turn back to the other way. Now Turner will re-enter the ball game for the Aryglls, and Green back to serve. Rhodes, Luce, Brewer. Now Green will set it up to Geringer. And we'll have a timeout taken here by the Raiders. So 19-9, Madison-Grant here in set number 4. We'll stop aside and we'll be back with more right after this break.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
Welcome back there, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Brandon Warvilius right here with you. Cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy alongside here with me. And it's a 19-9 Madison-Grant lead here in set number 4. It has been quite the frustrating evening, obviously, here if you're a Wapahani Raider player, and even for us, very frustrating, a little baffling, but again, just got to find ways to win. That's about all you can do. Just find ways to win. Keep chugging along. Keep staying positive. And again, you got to look for little victories. Scoring a point right there. That's a victory of that point. Now you move on to the next one. At least that's the way that I would look at it anyway. You can't look at the big picture. You can't look at, gosh, I'm down by 9 points. because if you do that, you're not going to get it all back at once anyway. You got to, it's 1 point at a time regardless. So why not stay in the present situation of, hey, let's find ways to score the next point, and so on and so forth. Chip away at it. Focus on some good things here. Good job there. Stanley will get over there. Now Summers on the attack. And that's going to be hit out of bounds. And so now 19-12. We'll see Stanley again back to serve. Set up to Turner, and that was off the hands of Brewer. So she's able to get the deflection. Just not quite, I'm sure, what she was hoping for. So we'll have Gabrielle Rudy back to serve for Madison-Grant. Stanley there to receive that serve. Now set on to Summers. Geringer right in between the hands, and a kill for Geringer. And so now we'll see Layla Lee in here for the first time this evening for Cadence Brewer. Again, I think Coach Weir's now used everybody on the team here. Again, just something you don't see a whole lot of. Kind of emptying the bench, so to speak. Just, again, trying to find some answers. As we'll see Cook back in for Stanley. 22-12. And Rudy back to serve. Skipped over the top of that. Good job there by Baker to stay with it. Brummett, and Rudy will get it over after that one hit the net on top of the ceiling there. Cook, loose, Summers, big by Green. Now dug out by Cook, loose again with another set to Summers and out of bounds. So a couple substitutions now. We'll see number 17, Ashlyn Moore, as well as number 8, Tori Hyatt, returning to action here for the Aryglls. And Felton unable to keep that one in bounds. And so here we are at set point for Madison-Grant, 24-12. 1 point away from taking this to a fifth and decisive set. Baker to loose, now on to Felton. And that one will fall in front of Ashlyn Moore. So a kill for Felton. Wise back in for Lee. And Baker back to serve. Handled by Moore, tipped, and that'll be blocked by Summers. Again, keep getting after it here. Not giving in. Got to have that no-quit mentality. And Geringer just able to have that lucky bounce right off the net, and we are going to head to a fifth set. Tied at 2 sets apiece here. Again, Wapahani took the first set 25-16. Then Madison-Grant answered back 25-18 second set win. Then Wapahani 25-18 third set victory. And then Madison-Grant in commanding fashion here in this fourth set 25-14. So we'll head off to the fifth set. Again here for Madison-Grant High School in Fairmount, Indiana. We'll be back with more right after this break.
It's Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. I want to give you a message about our mission statement. Enriching lives by helping people find their next home. It's short, it's quick, it's to the point, and it's what we do. If I can help in any way, call me direct, 765-749-4546.
All right, welcome back, Raider fans. Again, fifth set about to begin here in just a moment. Do or die right here. Wapahani's got to get themselves together. Again, regroup. Don't worry about what happened the first four sets. That is what it is. You can't control what happened. But what you can control is this fifth set right here. You can dictate what's going to happen. Instead of, obviously from Wapahani's standpoint, instead of Madison-Grant dictating you what's going to happen, Wapahani has got to dictate what's going to happen in this ball game. So we'll see what happens here. Fifth and decisive set coming up right here. Number 16, Gabrielle Rudy, back to open it up. And it's a good way to start right there for Wapahani. Again, energy, enthusiasm. We'll have Baker back to serve. Green there handling the serve. Now Geringer on the attack. And off of loose and out of bounds. So that will tie it up here at 1. And now number 13, Katie Geringer back to serve. Baker handles it loose. Will set it on to Summers. And they'll get it back over now. Baker again set on to Wise. Yes. Wise stamping it down. 2-1 Wapahani. And we'll have a substitution now. Number 10, Sydney Wilson, will return to the Aryggll rotation. And back to serve now will be Briley Felton. Tipped over there. There's Baker, set on to Summers. And out of bounds, now tied at 2. Alexis Bainey back in for Madison-Grant, as well as number 11, Emmy Alcala. So she'll now be back to serve. Baker, loose, Wise. Nice dig there from Alcala. And the ball will fall in there for Madison-Grant. Oh, great job. Oh, they're going to get called with the lift. Nice attempt by Wapahani to keep it alive there. And serving to the net. The Raiders definitely needed that point. So number 5, Asmay Turner, comes in. Then the old switcheroo there as a libero number 3, Bea Green, return to action. We'll have Summers back to serve. Mishandled there, and that will be an ace for Mallory. And that's going to be another ace from Mallory Summers. Wapahani 5, Madison-Grant 4. Fifth set. Handled there by Wilson. Set there to Holmberg. Loose to Cook. And out of bounds. So Emma Brummett back to serve for Madison-Grant. Tied at 5. There's Summers, loose to Wise. Punched over there and now set on to Holmberg. Blocked by Wise. Kept alive, but the Aryglls unable to get it back over. Nicely done there from Cameron. We'll see Cadence Brewer now in for Baker. And Wise back to serve. Geringer will return to the rotation for Madison-Grant. Holmberg back to serve. This handled by Summers, kept alive by Baker. Baker will lay out for it. Great hustle. Bainey on the attack, and oh boy. So 7-6 Wapahani. Loose back to serve. Geringer will get it blocked from Brewer. And the Raiders now lead it by 2. Got to grab a hold of any kind of momentum you can. Set on to Geringer. There's Cook. Loose. Back to Cook. Yes! It's 9-6 Wapahani. And again, since we have yet to have a 5th set in this young season, if you haven't remembered, this 5th set only played to 15. Nearly an ace there. Geringer will get it over. There's Baker. Loose to Brewer. Nice hustle there from Hyatt and miss hit. And we'll have a timeout taken by the Aryglls. So we'll stick right here with you during the brief timeout here. Again, it's Wapahani 10, Madison-Grant 6, and the Raiders are starting to get things back rolling in the right direction here. They've, I think, rounded off 4 points in a row. It's tied at 6, but since then we've gathered a little bit of momentum here on our side, and hopefully again keep pushing in the right direction here, because you get into these 5th set games. It's it's tough, especially the way we've been playing here this evening. We've obviously put ourselves in a little bit of a predicament there, but you bounce back right here this fifth set. You have a 4-point lead. You've got to stay focused. You've got to stay focused and understand that Madison-Grant, they're obviously not going anywhere. At least if they have anything to say about it. If you're Wapahani, you better have a whole lot to say about it. You've got to keep putting it on them. So we'll have Lauren Lewis back to serve. Handled there by Holmberg. Bainey will get it over there. Summers loose. And a little bit of miscommunication there between her and Brewer. Geringer with soft touch over the net. Now Baker will set it on to Cook. Nothing there. Bainey back at it. There's Felton. Now loose. On to Cook. Dug by Holmberg. Now Geringer up on the net. Finish it off right here. Summers. Quick reaction. It was blocked. Solid job there by Madison-Grant. I'm telling you what, Summers put a whole lot behind that one and blocked it right back at her. Was able to dig it out, but just couldn't keep it in bounds. Brewer doing a good job of staying with that serve. Deflected off the net and blocked by Brewer. Yes! 11-7 Wapahani. And now Chloe Cook back to serve. And they will get it over after a bad pass off the serve. Oh, that's going to be 4 hits on the Raiders. So 11-8 now. Number 6, Emma Brummett, will return to the floor. And we'll have a timeout here by Wapahani. So again, we'll stick right here with you during the timeout. Again, some more sponsors we'd like to thank here this evening. Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership owned by Randy Stoops, located at 4055 West Clare Lane. Stoops has a wide variety of brand new and pre-owned vehicles of quality brand names. So if you have an interest in a vehicle or would like to know more information about one, contact Stoops at 765-288-1903 and also visit their online website at stoopsauto.com. So again, that is Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership. Stoops is driven to be the best. So again, right now you've got 11-8 lead. Obviously you're playing a 15, got to win by 2. You obviously still do have some momentum here on your side, but you've got to keep the momentum on your side. I understand Madison-Grant took that last point. They're about to serve, but you've got to have that come to a screeching halt. You've got to take this next point right here. So Gabrielle Rudy back to serve. Baker there to dig it out, sinks off the left side. There's Baker now loose. We'll set it on to Summers, and that one will fall in. Luckily, you had the deception of the ball coming off of the net when she hit. It wasn't a clean hit. And, sometimes that works out just as good because, again, it throws off the timing of the defense. Geringer back on the attack. That's going to be 4 hits. Oh, my goodness. No 4-hit call. Oh, that's a tough break there for the Raiders. Cook Loose. Wise. Yes. And Wapahani now finds themselves 2 points away from taking the game here tonight. Wilson back in for the Aryglls. Great serve from Felton. There's Luce. Now Baker will set it on to Summers. Yes! Summers with the kill, and the Raiders will force the Aryglls to take another timeout, their last timeout. Wapahani still with one left. And we're going to go ahead and step aside here for a break. 14-10 match point here for Wapahani from Madison-Grant High School. Alrighty, folks, welcome back. Here we are at match point. Mishandled there, and they will get it back over. There's Felton, now loose on the Wise. Yes! And the Raiders prevail here tonight in a 5-set thriller. Holy Moses. 15-10, Wapahani will defeat Madison-Grant here this evening. And what was a very close and very tough matchup between both teams here this evening. So what a game to be a part of, and be able to broadcast for all of you here this evening, obviously. And again, this is no disrespect towards Madison-Grant whatsoever, but I thought really the way Wapahani had been playing here, I would have never thought that this would have won a fifth set. And obviously, there's always that possibility. But I thought we had been playing good enough volleyball where I wouldn't have thought that would have probably happened here this evening, but that was the case. And Madison-Grant hung in there, and not only hung in there, but really took it to Wapahani tonight in many aspects. And then there was also, many aspects, I think, where Wapahani then did the same thing to them. But it was a tight ball game all the way through. You had all that, excitement, right there towards the end. Madison-Grant was feeling great about their chances, playing on their home floor. They came out ready to play tonight. And so I got to give a lot of credit there to the Aryglls, doing their best to defend their home court. That's a solid team over there. Legitimately, that was a solid effort, and nearly pulled out the win. And that was just a great job by them of giving really the Raiders probably their best game of the season. Because it was, you need games like this, though, because you need to see what you're made of. Throughout the course of a season, it's tough to find different teams that will pose such a challenge, and for us to have the challenge that was set forth here this evening by Madison-Grant, and then for us to still come away with the victory, even though we didn't play our best, still says a lot about the team. Now, sure, yet again, you can always look at all the negative things and things we didn't do correctly, but still got to look at all the other good things that we did do correctly, build off of that, and it's a win's a win. You'll take it however you can get it. But now you look forward to tomorrow night's game at home against Randolph Southern. Be another big conference matchup, and hopefully they're up for the task. And again, we'll have it all live here on the WHS Network. So again, thank you all for watching. Wapahani now 11-1 on the season with this 5-set thriller victory over the Madison-Grant Aryglls, 25-16, 18-25, 25-18, 14-25, and 15-10. And so again, until tomorrow night, folks, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy saying good night from Madison-Grant.